parents were old and blind, and he always carried them with him in two baskets slung on a yoke. Monia was deeply touched by Shravana's devotion to his old parents. I must be like Shravana, he resolved. At about this time, he also saw a play about Harish Chandra, a king who was famous for his love of truth. Why shouldn't we all be truthful like Harish Chandra? He constantly asked himself. Mohandas was only 13 when he was told that he was soon to be married. His parents had already chosen his bride. She lived in Porbandar and her name was Kasturbai. She and Mohandas were about the same age. Kasturbai was a pretty and lively girl. Mohandas and she often played together. Sometimes Mohandas tried to teach her his young wife, but she could never concentrate on books. Though she was quick to learn the household work. One day Mohandas met Sheikh Mehtab, a friend of his elder brother. Sheikh had a bad reputation. Mohandas knew this. Yet he was much impressed by Sheikh because he was strong and tall. Sheikh was a meat eater and he often told Mohandas that if he ate meat, he would also grow tall and strong. There was also at that time a reform movement for a change in the orthodox ways of life. Mohandas himself had heard that many well-to-do people had started eating meat. So he tried meat. He did not like the taste of meat, but as time went on, he started to like meat curries. Whenever Mohandas had a meat meal outside, he had to give his mother some excuse for not eating his dinner. He knew that his parents would not forgive him if they knew he had eaten meat. He was not against eating meat then, but he was against telling a lie to his mother. This feeling was gnawing at his heart, and finally he decided not to touch meat again. Mohandas had also taken to smoking with Sheikh, his brother and another relative. He had to pilfer small amounts of money here and there with which to buy cigarettes. One day, in order to pay off a debt which his brother had incurred, Mohandas stole a piece of gold. Stealing was a great sin. He knew that he had committed a great crime. He resolved never in his life to steal again. He wrote down a confession of his crime and handed the paper to his ailing father. Karamchand Gandhi read the confession. He tore up the paper without saying a word. The bits of paper fell to the floor. He sank back on his bed with a sigh. Mohandas left the room, tears streaming down his face. From that day, Mohandas loved his father more and more. Every day he hurried home from school to wait on him. His father's condition grew worse and at length he died. The house was filled with sorrow. Mohandas was only 16 then.